people are very friendly here. They're very hospitable. If you haven't been to Chiang Mai, it's my favorite city to live in.
There's a reason why Chiang Mai is called the digital nomad capital of the world. If you want to start something, then this is the place to be in.
On the beach, you're just hanging. On the mountain, you're achieving. It's a wonderful area, yeah.
First time I arrived here was in 2016, and it totally changed my mind about what is a great chill city to be. The chill vibe, the life, the food, the co-working spaces, the community, and then the nature itself. There's so many things to do around here.
Once you come to Chiang Mai, you lost any reason to leave here. Why do I have to go back to Japan, Or maybe I can stay here for more 2 days or something like this.
There's a lot of resources here. In addition to that, you've got beautiful places to work from, live while you're here.
Chiang Mai is more relaxed. You can come and work here, a lot of spaces like this. It's good for work, it's good for doing things, for building.
Chiang Mai is a beautiful place. It has all the infrastructure of fast internet, great coffee shops, amazing nature around, and inspiring people that help you to get with your business to the next level.
Today I'm with Nomad Gossip Magazine attending Nomad Summit. My name is Lazar and I will interview digital nomads who will reveal their tips and tricks how to live life here in Chiang Mai. If you consider coming here in Chiang Mai, after this video, you will come here for sure.
Hello everyone, my name is John Ho. I'm originally from Hong Kong. I moved to Chiang Mai 7 years ago, so if people ask me where I'm from, I guess I'll still tell people I'm from Hong Kong. What do? I am currently the owner of Alt Chiang Mai and Alt Ping River. These are two spaces in Chiang Mai, and they are co-living and co-working operations. So I'm basically managing two spaces.
As you said right now, you're from Hong Kong, so why did you choose to come here?
Well, my reason for moving to Chiang Mai is more about my wife, because she's from here. So this is what we decided to do 7 years ago because we were married, we wanted to have kids. Hong Kong is very expensive, there's very little space, and it's very competitive. So I didn't like the idea that if I were to have kids, to be in that type of environment. So we moved here because we wanted to have a healthier environment for both the kids that we wanted to have. Now we have two, right? And also for myself because I think I'm also in a stage of life that I don't need to be crazily busy every single day. And Chiang Mai is a very interesting place because it's a small city, very different from Hong Kong. We have all the infrastructure we have for anyone who wants to work, to do anything, really. Apart from the beach, we don't have beaches here.
You said you moved here because you wanted family. So in terms of people who are watching this as a digital nomad and wanted to start a family, would you recommend this place for that?
Definitely, because there's enough spaces for the kids to roam around. There's a lot of facilities that are also kids-friendly, family-friendly. There's a lot of international schools. The international community here is also very vibrant. So we have people from Korea, from China, from Russia, from America, from UK, all over the world. And they go to different international schools. Now, even the nomad community themselves right now, I think we're maybe 10, 15 years in. So a lot of friends I know, they started to get married or they wanted to have kids, and the family nomads are becoming a thing. But regardless, right, you don't have to have kids to like Chiang Mai, I feel. There's something for everyone.
My name is Kai, I'm from Estonia. I am the co-organizer of Nomad Summit, and also I organize all sorts of startup and tech events in Estonia and all around the world.
Why did you choose to come here and to do that event here in Chiang Mai?
There's a reason why Chiang Mai is called the digital nomad capital of the world. It really has all of it. It has the community around you. It has beautiful environment. It's quite affordable to live here. And I really think that if you want to start something, then this is the place to be. And that's really why Nomad Summit is here as well. It started here a long time ago, and I think it was about time that someone came and revived this beautiful event.
So in terms of people and society here that lives here as locals and people who are coming here as digital nomads, how would you describe them? Because you're already here 7 years.
So I think Thailand is already very famous, as in people are very friendly here. They're very hospitable. I think that we don't need to sell much about. One thing I want to, I guess, elaborate more is the Thai culture is also very tolerant and also very embracing, you know. So, you know, regardless of your culture, your background, most of the time when you come here, everyone's going to be very welcoming. Now, with that, it doesn't really mean you can do anything you want to do in Thailand, because that's also an impression that some people think. In Asia, and Thailand being one of them, I think we have to understand that they're also quite introverted when it comes to expressing themselves or telling people what they feel about certain things and giving their opinions. That's not usually the case, right? So when nomads come here, they feel very welcome. That's true. But whether you can really make friends and get to know them or make them comfortable to have a genuine conversation with you, I think that needs a little bit more understanding from the other side, meaning to give space, to give time, and to really understand the other side. But if you know how to do that, then you realize Thais are actually just, you know, very nice people, like everyone in the world, really. Yep. You just need a little bit more time to discover that. Now, as far as the nomads go, I think it's been 3 years after COVID, almost 4, and there was kind of like a dip in terms of, you know, the activities and the community, but, you know, after Nomad Summit, I think there's just more and more people who want to come here, and it's a lovely place. If you haven't been to Chiang Mai, you know, it's my favorite city to live in. Pace of life, cost of living, the vibrancy of different people just being in the same place, and you have like coffee shops like this just all over Chiang Mai that you can chill, right? And
coffee shops and also
co-working spaces, right? So we got everything a nomad needs, apart from the beach.
Yeah, apart from the beach.
I'm a mountain person. I'm Swiss. I didn't grow up, unfortunately, in the mountains, but I always went up to the mountains as a child. And I always loved the mountains. And now my colleagues in Switzerland, they are in a mountain. I'm Pelé. I'm from Switzerland. I do summer camps for kids in Switzerland and have several colleagues. And I'm one of the co-owners of the Digital Nomad Fest in Bansko. And my vision is to create 3 million Nomad Fests around the world in the next 20 years, together with all the world. Yep. So the mountain attracts cool people, other people than people that go just to the beach, more adventurous people, more people that want to achieve something in life. On the beach, you're just hanging. On the mountain, you're achieving. So I totally understand people. I'm one of the new owners of Bansko. Bansko is also a mountain place. People are like, why does it attract so many people? It's the same thing, you know? It's for people that are looking for adventure, that want to not just hang around and party only. Yeah, so I totally understand people coming up here and discovering the area here. It's beautiful.
In Chiang Mai, you've got the mountains, you've got trails. It provides a really good opportunity to get out of the city. Not that Chiang Mai is that hustle and bustle, but it gives you that meditation of going to the nature and just switching off. My name is Fiona Laidlaw, and originally from Australia, but I'm based in Asia now and travel around. And I'm an M&A broker for a company called Flipper. I'm a huge coffee lover. So you've got so many coffee shops to look at, and of course a sneak in massage or nails, hair, things like that as well. So they're probably my top three things, but I would say something that maybe you don't expect when you come here is the hiking and the trails. The vibe here is very relaxed, I think. But that's someone coming from Singapore. And I don't know if that's the mountains feeling, you know, or the nature, or whatever it is, but I definitely feel like I slow down a little bit. I get more clarity. Whereas if I've spent too much time in the city, like in a Singapore or in a Melbourne, I need to come to somewhere like Chiang Mai that's just gives me a bit of clarity. I definitely love the beach, I do. But it is nice to have some mountain air and, like I said, go for a run in the mountains instead. So yeah, that's for sure one of the draw cards of Chiang Mai.
My name is Ryo. I'm from Japan. I'm doing to organize the digital nomads experiences in Japan. You know, as a Japanese person, Thailand is one of the big destinations, even as a tourist. So I tried to enjoy some kind of sightseeing in Chiang Mai, and I'm also a big fan for sauna. Thailand has lots of steam sauna, which is a different style from Finland or even Japanese sauna. They're using regional local herbs, and I really enjoy it. And and also it's not too many things to do, so that I can focus into my work as well while I'm staying here. And there are many coffees here, which are so nice. And I can also walk around the town, especially in Niman, there are many fancy places, right? So, I can enjoy the Chiang Mai a lot. I really love to come to stay here.
So, as you said, it's very walkable here, and I love it. For me, I would go. It doesn't matter, 1 hour walk, I will just go. And with that 1 hour walk, I would just see so many places until I come to the destination that I wanted to. And it's already going to the city and expanding my vision in Chiang Mai. And so you said already coffees are good and everything. Would you say because you're from Japan, how is you in terms of food? Can you find your place for the food here, and how is it?
I love Chiang Mai because every time you come back to Chiang Mai, you will see a lot of new restaurants. I didn't know this one is open now. There are many new restaurants always happen. So that I can see some of the Japanese food restaurant even in Chiang Mai, which is also interesting. How they're gonna make our history and culture by Thai people. This is also my interest. And I really love to walk by some of the fancy new Japanese restaurants, which is also my favorite things to do here. Plus, I love Thai food. I'm not really strong to the spicy ones. So I always have to be careful.
Yeah,
if
say
it's
no spicy and they will deliver it
yeah,
spicy.
and actually the advice doesn't really help because it depends on the people how spicy to describe how spicy it is. Yeah, so even if you say no spicy please, no spicy please, but it's actually spicy.
Yeah.
Well, so I don't really have to miss my Japanese food here, and also I can enjoy some new flavors. And of course, the Chinese food, Korean food, or even hamburgers or any Western foods. Yeah, so you don't really have to worry about the foods here.
So the great thing about Chiang Mai is there's always something for everyone. If you're coming in with a budget, right, you can easily find a place for $300 a month. It also depends on your lifestyle. Do you drink? Do you want to go out and eat? Do you want clean food? Western food, or are you okay with local food? So anyone who has a budget of, I would say, a healthy budget, right, is somewhere between $700 to spend on everything to $3,000 American dollars to spend on everything. That's, we have, there's always something for everyone here in Chiang Mai. I think that's a good thing.
I think it's affordable to live here, and you can do it different ways. So I think, you've got your co-living, which is affordable. And then for me, coming from Australia and Singapore, it is a lot more affordable for me to stay here. I think the food here is great. I am quite particular about what I eat, and I don't have trouble when I'm in Chiang Mai. The food is very health conscious, it's very fresh, and it's very, very affordable.
I've been here since 2016. My name is Sergio Sala. I'm from Mexico and I'm a YouTuber. I film city guides for digital nomads and I share what it is to be in every place, sharing co-working spaces, accommodation, transportation, all the things that a nomad will know. And that's why when you see it, you really understand the place. It makes you go there, or maybe not, because it depends on the city. I don't know, like there's something about here that is way different than any other place, at least for me, you know? And that's one of the coolest things about Chiang Mai, that there's a mix, you know? It's, yes, we are still a lot of foreigners, but we still feel like it's more mixed than Kopangan, for example. And Bansko too. Bansko, there's a lot of locals, but Chiang Mai, it just feels this really nice mix of locals and foreigners, you know? Is Chiang Mai the mecca for digital nomads? And that's how I see it, you know. Mecca means that everybody needs to come here at least once. So my recommendation is just come to Chiang Mai, test it for the first time, and from there you figure out so many things. If you are a new digital nomad, this is the best spot to be. If you're already a digital nomad, this is the best spot to be because you're gonna find a lot of the people doing the same thing. And if you're also like an expat, so many expats decide to stay here. It's a place for everyone. That's how I feel.
I know community is huge here, but I think even within continuing to develop business, you know, tapping into skill sets and people that can help them grow their businesses or, you know, grow in their career. There's a lot of resources here. And then in addition to that, you've got beautiful places to work from, live while you're here. So I think the combination of, you know, the people and the resources here really help people continue to grow in their business and personally.
So you've been here a couple times?
Yeah.
So tell me more about it. Like, when was the last time that you came here? Was it different? And actually, what was the first impression of Chiang Mai?
My first impression of Chiang Mai, when I first came here, it was for a very quick trip. So it was just kind of a fly in for a few days for work and then fly out. And immediately I was like, I need to come back. It has the impression that it's a really comfortable place to live when you're traveling around. Like it's got really good resources. So I have worked in cafes. You run into Wi-Fi issues, you run into noise, you run into having to continuously buy food and drinks just to make sure you're, you know, not overstaying your welcome. Whereas in Chiang Mai, I've already been to 2-3 co-working places, and they're modern, the internet's quick, you know, the community is really great there. And for me, when I'm working, when I'm taking calls, when I'm trying to grow my business, that's really important. Like that's something that you don't find in every nomad city. And in addition to that, I've been to the co-working spaces, and every time I come back to Chiang Mai, I get an introduction to someone else. And then that person introduces me to someone else. And so the community is just super open and willing to help.
So you're never lonely. Like you just have to get to the one place, to the one venue. It doesn't matter, like coffee, co-working space, co-living. It doesn't matter. Like from that day on, like you will just get the connections going, and you will meet new people, and get to like chat with them, or maybe even work with them.
Yeah, absolutely. So I personally have found being a digital nomad can be a little lonely, and so being able to go to a co-working space and the owner of the co-working space introduces you to someone, or you just sit down and you, like I just sat down before with some girls and we started to joke around. Yeah. It's got a really great feel to it, really welcoming feel. And then, yeah, every time I've come back to Chiang Mai, I've got business connections. I've got connections to potentially go to Japan or to Korea, and that of course helps me from a business sense, but it also makes your nomad journey a whole lot better as well.
So the last person that we have here is the person who loves freedom. As a sailor, just being propelled by the forces of nature, he arrives at new shores of islands and continents. He gets his energy from being with people, and his heart warms when he can build bridges between people that were distant to each other.
My name is Christoph. I'm from Europe, Estonian at heart, and I'm a bridge builder. For example, as one of the organizers of the Nomad Summit, building bridges between people. In my main job, I work in the insurance industry. As an insurance broker, I build bridges between people, products, and services. That's what I do.
As one of the organizers here, I want to get deep dive into community.
The people who came to the Nomad Summit are basically individuals from the entire journey, starting at being an employee and changing their life into remote employee, into freelancer, into founder, into business owner. So this traditional journey into independence and financial freedom. The Nomad Summit here brought everyone together from along this journey. So I would say each of that steps were very equally represented. So we had individuals that were inspiring each other, learning from each other from all across this journey. People at the beginning, people who were already a couple of steps further and could inspire and learn from each other.
When we arrived here, we just started to reach out to people that are the community organizers here, and we just got really great feedback. And I think that's the beauty of this event that we have now, this week, over 40 side events happening. And I think Chiang Mai in that sense is lacking a little bit of this, like just bringing all the different community organizers together. But I think there is a lot of movement towards it. So, a big city where there's different co-working spaces, different communities, different groups with different interests, they all kind of mix together and they're all a network of people. So, what was missing maybe was this big summit to bring it all together. So we're bringing a hackathon where ideas come to life. This was my personal mission, to try to find ways how we can connect now the nomad community to the local community. We are not here just, with our digital nomad community, but we're also, reaching out and connecting to the locals. And I know it's always, I think in every nomad's heart, is a little bit of this goal and idea and want to connect with the local community, understand it a little bit better. And I'm not saying that the tech community is like, the best way to do it, but really it's something that you can really kind of connect these two worlds together, because the local entrepreneurs, they really want to have that experience. They want to have, global clients. They want to kind of get this experience working together with foreigners. And the nomads, I think, should be looking into, what kind of strengths do the locals have? How can they work together? Can they hire them? So I think it's a cool way to connect these two worlds. And I think it was a massive success. I owe it really to a local company called Shakespeare. So Dave and Pete, who helped me put this all together. They built a whole track for the Thais to have like a pre-workshop to, kind of make them ready for this experience. And that really, again, I told you, community person, it's just like made my heart so full to meet and get to meet these local Thais, really understand how they work, why are they maybe shy in one sense, but also what are their strengths, right? And how they're super creative and how they want to see this idea of like going global. So yeah, I think that was the most fulfilling experience for me organizing this event.
So would you recommend for someone who's watching this, like come here, Chiang Mai, and find local people that you can work?
Absolutely. I think for me, when I got here, of course, I started to go to these events. There's a lot going on in the digital nomad space, right? Different networking things, different kind of meetups and so on. And I was a bit like surprised that I didn't meet any local Thai entrepreneurs, right? And I started to look into this, and I started to be very interested because you know, there was just only a few. And I think that there are a few community people here who think that it's important, and they are already working. So I think maybe you know, the people watching, the next time they come here, they might already find more local Thais coming to these events, and then it's easier for them to connect with them. So yeah, I think my overall thing is that the digital nomads in any case should be thinking about this opportunity wherever they go, right? And sometimes it can just be, you know, having a chat with your local cafe owner or you know, the person who works there, and then the other time it can be someone that you want to hire or work with and create a team with. So yeah, I think it's one of the things. I think the digital nomad space in any way is developing, and I hope that this is one of the things that happens if we have more people kind of working on this. And I hope that I can be helpful here as well, just connecting with different digital nomad spaces and bringing them together.
If you want to come to Chiang Mai for the first time, just go out and meet people, and then everything will happen by itself. Don't just sit in your Airbnb and work for yourself. Go to co-working spaces, go to cafes, check out the local event calendar, because there is something happening all the time. There are meetups, there are mastermind sessions, there are talks. Things are happening there for free, and be it in your industry or be it along your hobbies that you have. Just go out, meet people, and then you will learn what are the places to go, where's the best coffee, where's the best breakfast. It will just happen by itself. If you go to beautiful places like Pan Space, all these co-working spaces that have the big names here, you will just dive into the community and yeah, then just go with the flow, go with people, explore. And if you even decide to go to a co-living like Alt Chiang Mai, Alt Ping River, then you are part of the community from day one.
I tell myself this all the time, and it's just say yes. I love grabbing every opportunity with two hands, and you can only do that if you say yes. So the way to combat loneliness, the way to continue to grow your business is to grab every opportunity and just say yes and figure out how you're going to do it. So if people ask you out to go for a hike, you say yes, and you'll end up making connections. If someone says, hey, we should collaborate, let's at least have a meeting, you say yes, and you keep an open mind and you take that meeting. It might not be the right thing for you, but if you say yes, you at least put yourself in the position to potentially grow your business or potentially make new friends.
So get out of your comfort zone.
The most popular thing for nomads in Chiang Mai is actually people coming here and wanting to find themselves. Or maybe this is the community we have at Alt. But I find many people that come here in these cross paths of their life. They might be just out from their job, in transition of finding another profession. They want to create a business for themselves and they don't know how or what to do. Or, you know, they have a bad breakup or something. And a lot of times when I talk to people in Chiang Mai, there's this sense of I want to find myself. I want to do some soul searching. And this is actually a great place for it. Like all the things you mentioned, yoga, Muay Thai, hiking, those are fine. Those are great. Like I'm not saying people don't do that. But when you need time to slow down, to think about things, and to find people to, you know, vibe with, I think this is actually a very ideal environment for people to stay for a couple months. You can talk to like an SEO expert, you can talk to a content creator, you can talk to an AI specialist, you can talk to entrepreneurs, you can talk to older people, younger people, you know, people from the East, people from the West, and you can get inspirations because people are just happy to share their experiences. Whereas, let's put Hong Kong, for example. Everyone's busy. Nobody has time to talk to you. Nobody cares about you unless you're rich, right? So as a nomad, like you go there, what do you get out from it? right? I think that's what I like Chiang Mai has to offer.
In terms of community, and would you say that's successful here? Like people who come here to find themselves, is it successful? Like it's a tough question to answer and like to ask, I think, because like people come from different places and different, I would say, examples. As you said, like someone broke up or something bad happened, they're like, okay, I'm going there, I want to find myself. But it turns out after 5 years, they're like still searching for themselves.
So it depends on how you define success. And I don't come to Chiang Mai to find people who are successful. That's not my reason, right? I come to Chiang Mai because I want to find happiness. I want to find balance. I want to find a place that's healthy. So I get those things in here. Now, if you want to find successful people, do you mean a person who's very established in their business? Or they're very famous? I mean, we have those, but you kind of have to go through the hay or the bushes, because nobody's going to come out to you and say, I'm successful, talk to me. Like that's not the vibe in Chiang Mai. What you notice is also like nobody wants to show off anything. They're just very low key. And that's what I like about it.
What would you say to someone who wants to become a digital nomad right now? What would be your advice to them?
I also sometimes get that question, especially from the Japanese youngest people. And I just always say, just go for it, Just start traveling. Just don't think about really strict things, how to be a digital nomad, what should I bring, to be a digital nomad, what should I buy? No, don't think anything. Just get the passport, just go abroad and enjoy, like it's a really famous word, don't think but feel,
Don't think about the fear,
yeah.
Because if you think it, it's already like you're fearing even more.
Yeah. Because in Japan, it's really funny things, all the houses has a world map in the toilets for some reasons. I don't know why. My family, yes, and all the family has a world map. Then when you do in the toilet, I always watching the world map. Then there must be somewhere that you specifically pay attention. What is that national flag? It's really interesting, for example. Okay, why don't you go there? Because you feel something different, right?
Yeah.
So it could be okay, for your first country to explore. This is going to be the good step to be a digital nomad.
Just don't fear, book a ticket, and take a risk.
Yeah.
You'll see what happens. But
Yeah.
If you are considering coming to Chiang Mai, it's like a no-brainer. The community here, the connections you can make, the facilities and resources are really top tier. So I really encourage people to not miss out on Chiang Mai, and yeah, it's the best of both worlds, the city, the mountains, and it's not that far from the beach if you want to do a quick flight.
Hello guys, and thank you for watching. This is the end of the video, and I just want to say personally thanks to Lera for having me here and giving me this opportunity. But from all of the talks and interviews that we did, you gotta take some advices, cool advices, and take them in your life, in your daily habits, and just do the work. Get out of your comfort zone and make it work. But that's it for this video. Hope to see you again, and see ya. Bye.